We're gonna step the right foot forward, coming up onto the left knee. If you have blocks, it's helpful here for this next sequence, having our blocks right underneath our hands. If you don't have blocks, you don't absolutely need them. You can just keep the hands on the hips. But if you have blocks, they're helpful for balance. We're gonna keep the pelvis slightly tucked under, engaging the core, long spine, walking that front foot forward a little bit. Inhale here. Exhale, just let the hips move towards the floor, and you can bring the blocks with you. So just walk the blocks forward with you, letting the left hip open up. Hip flexor gets a nice stretch here. Keep pressing the right foot down into the floor, engaging the core, staying for another breath. On your exhale, we're gonna bring the hips back, stretch that front knee, so straighten that right knee, hinge forward from the waist, flexing the foot, stretching the hamstring now. So you bring the blocks back with you. Staying here for a few breaths. So for the hips, we wanna keep the muscles around the hips nice and strong, as well as flexible and mobile. Let's come again, lifting the chest up, bringing the foot flat on the floor. Inhale, we're going forward again. Exhale, lower the hips to the floor. And we're gonna move with it a little faster. Exhale, come back, bring the hips back, hinge forward, chest lifted, front foot flexed. So we're gonna move back and forth a few times. Inhale, come forward, let the hips move to the floor. It's a dynamic sequence. Exhale, pull the hips back, hinge forward. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, coming up, lifting the chest, letting the hips move to the floor. Exhale back. Last time, inhale, coming up. So you're using your blocks to help you to be balanced and stable. Exhale, pulling back. And then just lift the chest, bend that right knee. We're gonna take it out to the side. So I'm just gonna turn around. So you're just stretching the right leg out, line up the foot with the knee. So we're here. Bring the hands to the floor, and you're just gonna rock back and forward. Just taking the hips forward and back. Just rocking forward and back a few times. And then when you're back, the next time you're back, you can stay there, come down onto the forearms, or use your block, come up onto your block if you can't reach the floor. And we're gonna just stay here for a few breaths. So we're pressing the hips slightly back till you feel something happening in those hips. You can also rest your head on your block if you like. One more breath. And then take your time to come up. Bring the right knee back to meet the left. And we're gonna switch sides. So we're gonna bring the left foot forward. Bring the blocks with you so you're up onto your right knee. Make sure you have something under the knee if you need it. Pelvis under you. Hands right underneath. Holding the blocks right under the shoulders. Walk that left foot forward. Inhale. And let the hips move to the floor. So the other side. We're gonna stay here for a few breaths to start, just to find our position. Press into the front foot. Engage the core. Shoulders stay over the hips. And then on your exhale, slowly pull the hips back. Flex the front foot. Hinge forward. So keep lifting the chest. Try not to round the upper back. So Stephen, lift the upper back a little bit more. You tend to do this. I want you to do that. Straighten the back. All right, inhale, coming forward. So let the hips move down towards the floor. And then on your exhale, pull the hips back, hinge forward. Doesn't have to be a big movement. You're not going down super low. You really just want to feel something in the back of the legs, the hips, and we're going to move with it a little faster. Inhale, come forward, let the hips move to the floor. Exhale, pull back. We're just going through whatever is your full range of motion. So moving forward and back a few times. You can go at your own pace. You don't have to go at my pace. We're just stretching the hips, stretching the hip flexors, hamstrings, lots of stuff going on. Let's do 2 more. Just nice. Good. Last time. And back. And then bring the front foot back to the floor. We're going to bring the hands down, take it out to the side. So again, just take it out all the way to the side. Line up the foot with the knee, hands on the floor in front of you, and just rock a little bit forward and back, forward and back. And then when you're ready, you can take the hips back, bring the forearms down. You can rest the head on your hands, a block, or just stay up wherever you are, staying here for a few breaths. One more breath. And then let's bring both knees together. Let's open the knees wide and just take a little child's pose here. So take the hips back, walk the hands forward, drop the head, and come into your child's pose. Any variation of child's pose, you can use something under the head, something under the thighs, breathing here. So you want to have the knees open, feeling also opening the hips here. One more breath.